Dubai is becoming a second home to more than 200 nationalities. People from across the globe are flocking in Dubai to make a living, to enjoy the lifestyle, to enjoy the safety, and as well as settle in there and make a home away from home. Now, as an expat, even when I came after working for a few years, wanted to have my own house, wanted to get rid of the rents, which most of us want at certain point of time. However, buying house comes with a lot of requirement, a lot of money, and not in all situations of life you are ready for that. But at that time, so that buying a home doesn't become a burden for you, something saves you, and that's mortgages. So this is one topic that I'm sure most of our audiences are expats and they have a lot of questions about mortgages and buying homes in UAE. So today we have someone, he's CEO and founder of Towards Home, and he's also my childhood friend. We came to Dubai almost in the following years, and we have been there in thick and thin. We have been friends throughout the times, whether when it was my first job, I was working in a call center in Kolkata. And that is where I met this friend, somebody being sarcastic whole day. And then throughout the journey, we had our different journeys. But again, in Dubai, we were friends as an employees, and then we started our companies, bought our homes. So we are fulfilling a lot of friendship goals. So it's my pleasure to invite him today in the studio and interview him and bring his expertise on mortgage banking and finance to our audiences. Welcome, Taj. Welcome to my studio. Thank you so much for taking our time.
Thank you so much, Rupa, for inviting me. And I apologize that you've been inviting me for a very long time now, but we could not make it. But finally, we are here sitting today. Thank you so much for inviting me for your podcast, and we could make it happen.
Thank you. I think good things take time. So maybe
Yes.
it's late, but it's good. So now today I'm just thinking, what do I ask in my podcast? Because I know you already so much. Which side of you should I show to my audience? However, sticking to the topic of today, that's mortgages. So
Okay.
my first question is that why did you choose this business Towards Home, and why have you named it Towards Home? And tell our audience a little bit about your background and what you are doing in Towards Home.
Sure. Just to let you know a few things, just to start with myself and then my company. I've been banker for about 22 years now. I started banking in 2003. I was with HSBC back in home in Kolkata, where I come from, which I'm very proud of. And then I moved to Bombay with another bank. Then in 2013, I came to Dubai. I was hired from India. With that time, it used to be First Gulf Bank.
Okay.
But now, then the name changed. It is known as Fab Bank in Dubai. I was with Mashreq for a couple of years, 2015 and 16. Then I started my own company. I understood the scam of job world. But as a childhood, I would love to tell you that I was very fascinated. People working with them in the bank, having those suits, those laptop, because laptop came in early 2000.
Yes.
Now that's the most irritating thing I find, that is
Now.
laptop.
But those days you dreamt of
Yes.
going to a bank with the laptop, with suits, boots.
So I understood the scam of job world. So any youngster listening to me, get into self-employed mode as soon as possible. Okay. So coming back to my company, Towards Home Mortgages. See, as a start, when I came here, I bought my own house. I realized that what kind of difficulty people go through
Mhm.
to acquire the mortgage, to get it secure. Being a banker, I understood that point of view, that being a banker, I'm having so much hassle to go through. A common man will have it extremely difficult if they won't have a proper advice or proper guidance.
Very true.
So I always advise the people, you go to the expert.
Mhm.
See, if you go to the bank, you have only one choice. Maybe you are banking with XYZ bank, you will go there and you will qualify, or that bank policy might tell you that you don't qualify.
Okay.
So you will think as a layman that maybe I'm not eligible.
Mhm.
That is where our company and our expertise come into picture. We have people at the back end who will analyze your documents, understand the credit, what bank's credit team need. We, as a banking expert, I can guide you that what exactly you will qualify, how much you will qualify.
Mhm.
So these are the expertise we bring to the table. Now, as a first time buyer, maybe you want to buy a house of 2 million.
Mm.
Maybe you don't qualify for those 2 million, maybe 800,000, maybe 1.5. So we sit across, I explain you, I tell you that this is what it is, this is what you should aim for, and I make it life simple for you. Our team of expert will make the paperwork very easy for you, bank dealing with the bank very smooth for you. We will look for banking opportunities like which bank will give you the lowest interest rate, which bank is giving you after the fixed period best offer. So those things we'll discuss and make it easy for you.
So you make sure that the dream of buying home becomes easier and hassle free, and you take the hassle
Of
so that I
course,
don't postpone my plan just because I'm
of
not
course,
qualified.
because see, during my experience with the client, I have seen people getting panic attacks. They call me at 1 o'clock at night that, sir, my mortgage will get approved or this much I'll get approved. I've already signed MOU with the real estate people. I tell them, I always advise my client that, brother, before going for any kind of signing or any kind of contract, get your pre approval first. It helps you to understand where you are standing.
Mhm.
I might want to buy a house in Burj Khalifa,
Mhm.
wherein my salary doesn't allow me to buy in JVC.
Mhm.
So I can tell you that you go to Dubai land.
Okay.
So I can advise you with the location also. And you will also know as a buyer that, okay, this much I'm getting 1 million from the bank.
Mhm.
So I will look for the house accordingly.
Accordingly.
And it helps you it brings you in a position where you can negotiate also. So you are all protected.
All around. So now, when it comes to mortgages, my first question, which most of the people have this misconception or this confusion, whether non-residents qualify for mortgage or not. If somebody who is not having a resident visa in UAE, is not doing any business in UAE, and just wants to come and buy a property, are they eligible? Can they get mortgage?
100% there. I will just break it down for you in two parts so you will understand better. One is a residence mortgage, the other one is a non residence mortgage. Okay, to answer your question. So let's start with the residence mortgage first.
Okay.
Residents who are eligible, employed and self employed.
Okay.
Employed who all are getting salary. So for employee, minimum salary has to be 10,000 dirhams or more, depending on the amount they're looking for to get the eligibility. Now, to break it down further for the employee, now say somebody has a salary of 20,000
Okay.
and he or she wants to buy a house. So there's something called DBR calculation. That's debt burden ratio.
Okay.
Now, I have a salary of 20,000. I want to buy a house of maybe 1 million.
Okay.
Okay. Salary 50% is your DBR. Your all your EMIs should not cross. Now, in your case, in my case, which is 20,000, 10,000 dirham.
Okay.
So to break it down, say I have a car loan. I'm having a salary of 20,000. Maybe I'm driving a car wherein I'm paying a EMI of 1,500 dirhams.
Okay.
So that 1,500 will go from 10,000.
Yeah.
Now we are left with 8,500.
Right.
Okay. Now, most of the time, no one has a personal loan. Very few people have a personal loan. So leave that personal loan aside. 100% there's a chances I will have credit cards. How the credit card calculation works? Bank take 5% of the total amount, not the amount you have used. People are confused that I have only, sir, 50,000, but I don't use anything. Yet 50,000 is with you. So bank will calculate 5% of that 50,000.
That's your potential liability.
Yes. So 2,500 is gone from there.
Okay.
Now we live with 6,000.
Right.
So if your EMI is crossing 6,000, we will ask you to reduce your credit card and you can get this loan done. So
Okay.
this is how the calculation get breakdown for the employees.
So 10,000 should be the availability.
Available amount should be your EMI.
Okay.
If my EMI is 7,000, I should have available 7,000 or have to bring my credit down to qualify for that much of amount.
Understood.
So this is how it is calculated for the employees.
Okay.
Now see, I'll give you another example which I normally, when I go to different real estate for briefing, I explain them how it works. Say you are a real estate agent, I'm a real estate agent.
Okay.
we have a buyer. If a buyer has a salary of 50,000, you'll be happy that, okay, he can buy a house of 2 million, 3 million. And you have a client who has a salary of 25,000.
Right.
Who is a better client for you?
I think who has less DVR.
Yes. So a 50,000 man, a 50,000 salary man, maybe has a bigger desire. I will drive Range Rover, 5,000 salary,
5 credit cards.
all gone.
All.
Maybe he's not a potential customer also. His
Correct.
DVR is all burst out. Maybe that 25,000 guy is very restricted. He's not having any liabilities. So he has 50% DBR available for you, and he might qualify for maybe a 1.5, 1.6 million with the bank and 20% he put from above. So 2 million potential client is ready for you.
So I think the first tip for people who are planning to take mortgages in coming time for their houses is to keep their liabilities low, whether
Yes.
it is their loan and EMIs or whether it is even the credit
Yes.
card limits.
Before you're planning to buy a house, get in touch with the team of expert. If you're salaried or self-employed, check your credit score, get in touch with us, know where you're standing, or we can help you that, okay, lower XYZ credit card limit, or maybe if you have
It's
a,
build the credibility over the
yes,
time.
if you have a maybe a car loan and you have maybe 10,000 left, 15,000 left, but bank will calculate the EMIs. Finish that off.
Right.
So you have that full amount available in your DBR to use it.
Absolutely. So now what about the self-employed people?
Okay. Now coming to the self-employed. Self-employed calculation is very different. But what I would like to tell you that self-employed is generally, if the trade license is more than 1 year old, he's eligible. There are certain amount of transaction. The calculation is very long, but they are also eligible for 80% of the total amount if they are resident. However, even for the resident, if the property loan amount is more than 5 million dirham, then you don't get 80%, you get 70% as your loan amount.
Okay.
Say for a property value of 10 million, bank will give you 7 million, 3 million you have to put from your side, and plus the 4% DLD fees, 2% brokerage, and there are other banks more charges like processing fee, insurance. So I will advise to have 7% in your hand before you're moving or planning to buy a house,
buy the house.
plus the 30%, or if your property value is less than 5 million, then you get 80%. So 20% plus the 7%. So make your life smooth and happy.
So you must keep that ready with you.
Yes.
And now what's in case of non-residents?
Okay. Now for the non-residents, as I told you, 100%, they are also eligible to receive a bank mortgage. For the non-residents, they get 60% of the total amount. Maximum it can go up to 65, but I always advise my client 60%. So if you can get them 65%, they are happy. Who all are eligible for mortgage? Anyone and everyone is eligible for mortgage apart from the war zone country. But even the war zone country people, if they are having a residence in UAE, they can be eligible. But for non-residents, they are excluded. Apart from that, everyone is eligible as long as the document permit.
Okay.
They should have a salary of 50,000 equivalent to 50,000 dirham or more if you are salaried abroad outside UAE. And the calculation for the self-employed in last 3 months, they should have a minimum balance, average balance of 25,000 dirham or more, depending on their requirement.
Okay.
But as I told you, as a non-resident, you can get a mortgage.
You can get a mortgage.
It is a myth in the market. People are not aware of it. Even when I go to real estate people who are selling, 8 out of 10 are not aware that
Even the non-residents
non-resident
can get a mortgage.
I would also like to just add up to this. There's something called non-residence account.
Okay.
Now, there are a lot of people I come across. They come to UAE, they buy off-plan property.
Yes.
Later, they are not able to make payment, and they are stuck. That, sir, how do I make payment? Or the property is ready. Somehow they have made the payment. The property handover is ready. Now they want to put it on rent.
Yeah.
When they're putting on rent, they can't take that rent check, or that rental in
They don't have account.
they don't have an account. So there's something called non-residence account, which we can help them as well.
Okay, got it. So now people who are applying for mortgages generally just wanted to understand that how is the mortgage industry different from their country to UAE? Are there any advantages that UAE has or the banking industry here has?
There's a huge advantage when you talk about back home and here. Say I'm an Indian,
Yeah.
okay? My interest rate back home in India is much higher than the UAE rates.
Yeah.
Even let's talk about the first world countries, okay? Their interest rate is also higher
Then UAE.
compared to UAE.
Yeah.
So I always tell my client it's a golden opportunity. You have the opportunity right now to grab it and make it your own. Because another gap I see when I go to the market, although I'm not from the real estate
Mm.
industry, but the gap I see, which I tell all my clients, that today UAE in the last 5 years, if you see UAE is among the world top cities.
Mhm.
Say if we are comparing it to London, Paris, maybe Mumbai, look at the property price in these countries, these cities, and look at the property price in UAE. So today you have opportunity, grab it. Tomorrow will be too late. Like Rupa, you have a house.
Yeah.
You bought a house in 2020.
Very true.
I bought a house. Look at the rate where it is right now.
Absolutely. Mine is like it's above 50%, 100%.
Exactly. And
True.
what is the EMI you're paying? You know that?
Yeah.
What is the EMI I pay? I know that. So I would advise everyone listening to me, say no to rental.
Very true.
Buy your own property. EMI of mortgage is always lower than the rental payment which you are doing.
Got it. So, what is the timeline that one person should keep in mind when they're applying for mortgages? Let's say they qualify. Let's say
Okay.
they submit you all their documents. Approximately, what is the time frame within which they can get their mortgages
See,
approved?
that depends from bank to bank, but the entire process might take up to 45 days, the entire process start to finish. But keeping the bank in mind, a little bit up and down is always there. Now, for the salary, say if I'm working in Google, so it'll be much faster, much easier. For rest people, it'll be little different.
So,
But
the
I
credibility of the company also
Yes,
matters.
of course, everything matters. Okay. For non-residents, maybe 5, 10 days more. But to break it down for you, I normally advise my clients 15 to 20 days to get a pre-approval. Once I submit the documents, another week for valuation,
Mhm.
another 10 days to get the a final, that's FOL, that's final offer letter. Then around a week for the disbursement.
So, a person should keep at least 2 months' time in hand.
2 months, 45 days in an ideal scenario, sometime in 30 days.
Okay, got it. So they should prepare before
Yes,
before the
accordingly.
time accordingly. Okay. So now among when people are going for mortgages, you told about some certain other expenses as well
Yes.
that is incurred. Apart from the property value, what is the extra amount? How much should they keep in mind, including the service fee of the mortgage companies? And
I'll
do the
break it
mortgage companies they charge a separate service fee, or is it how does that work?
See, we charge a zero service fee to a client. We get paid from the banks.
Wonderful.
Okay. As by God grace, I'm listed with most of the bank in UAE. So, ideal scenario, mortgage company should not charge anything to the
From
client.
the clients.
We get paid from the bank. However, for the for service fee of the real estate, DLD fees, mortgage processing fees, mortgage insurance, these are the charges which he has to keep in mind from the bank side and from the real estate side.
Okay.
Okay, which will come approx 7% of the total amount.
Okay. And generally for these mortgages, what are the tenure? Like 10 years, 20 years? What is the normal trend?
Very good question you've asked. For residents and for non-residents, 25 years is the maximum tenure.
Does that depend on age of the person or
Of
something?
course it is. Now, say I am 45 years old, and if I'm a self employed, my age limit is up to 70. So
Okay.
I will get full 25 years mortgage.
Oh, well.
But if I'm an employee, my cutoff age is 65. So if I'm 45 years old, I will qualify for 20 years of mortgage. Okay. Now for the minimum, you can pay it anytime you feel like. Say I bought a property of 1 million and I want to pay it off after 2 years.
Okay.
Bank is okay. You can pay it off. So the maximum fine bank will put on you, that is 9,999. That is the maximum. However, if your loan amount is, say, out of that 1 million, you're left with 600,000. So maximum 10,000, minimum 1% of your loan amount, whichever is lower. So in that person case, 6,000 is lower, so he'll end up paying 6,000 as a pre-closure fine. That's it.
Okay, got it. So that's for the 25 years is the max that we can
Max,
get.
yes.
And in case we don't qualify in our age or
Say, I'll give you another example. Say a businessman, maybe he's 58 years old.
Okay.
He'll be eligible for 12 years of mortgage because the businessman cutoff is 70. A salaried, say he's 42 years old. He'll be eligible for 23 years old because the salaried cutoff is 65.
okay.
That is for residents
and
and
non-residents both. Okay.
yes.
That's good to know. Now, while we are paying the mortgages, let's say there's a particular interest, that has been decided. So,
Okay.
generally, are these interests fixed throughout the 25 years or do they change in between?
The term is fixed for 3 years with few banks for 5 years.
Okay.
After the fixed term, it is EBOR plus the bank interest rate. Or after the fixed term, if you're getting a good opportunity with other bank, you can switch your mortgage also. But initially, you will get for 3 years fixed term with few banks, 5 years. After the fixed term is over, it is always EBOR, which is the central bank rate, plus the bank rate.
So, that will be like whatever rate is trending.
Trending, whatever the EBOR price is at that point of time. Say the EBOR price is 3.5 and the bank is charging you another 1.75. So it'll be 5.25.
So, currently in today's date in UAE, what is the
EBOR price
interest
is
rate?
around 5%,
5%.
which is the highest right now.
So,
But
this is much less than any other countries.
Yes.
Much less.
this is how it is.
Okay. And when it comes to switching your loan from one bank to another bank, so in general, let's say, for example, if somebody is successfully qualifying and switching the loan from mortgage from one bank to another bank, what is the benefit? What percentage they can save?
I'll explain it to you. First of all, the switching is very common, very smooth. The client think there'll be too much hassle,
Yeah.
which is not the truth. It is very easy. Again, experts are sitting at your service,
Right.
so not to worry. How it's work? Your fixed period is over. Okay. Now you will fall into a EBOR plus interest rate. If the EBOR is high, there is a high chances that your EMI will become very high. So at that point of time, you can switch it with other bank and save a lot of money. How does it work? Today, my EMI at the fixed period is maybe 10,000 dirham.
Okay.
Okay. Now, fixed period is over. Now, I'm exposed to the EBOR plus the market price. So, maybe my EMI might go up to 16,000.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a
Example.
random example. So, what can I do? I can go to other bank, buy out this mortgage.
Okay.
There's a term called buyout. Okay. Other bank will buy out this mortgage. Again, you get a fixed term. Okay. Wherein you're paying fixed for 3 years and you're saving on your mortgage, which has gone up.
Ah.
But
Right.
what you're paying here, you have to pay maximum of 9,999
Penalty.
and the bank will pay off. Over there, you might end up paying small processing fee, insurance and everything, which is again a peanut, whatever savings. Say if you're saving 6,000 every month, that's 72,000 dirham you end up saving in a year. You have to be smart and you have to sit with the expert to sit and calculate everything. And if you think it is fruitful, then you can go for
You should
it.
jump for it.
So we are always there to handhold the clients and help them. So that's not a problem at all.
So now, let's say I've taken a mortgage, I've bought a house, and I'm paying my EMIs, all is going fine. But let's say I got a job in another country, or maybe for some reason I have to wrap up and go back to my home country. what happened to my mortgages and what should be I aware of? How do I handle that situation properly so that there is no mess left behind when I'm leaving?
See, Rupa, this is a very good question, and a lot of people have this concern, or a lot of people have this reservation staying here, and they don't buy the house.
Mhm.
Keeping this in mind, see, nothing will happen. If see, I'm working here, I might tomorrow get a job, say in Canada. I move to Canada. As long as I'm paying the EMI here, then will nothing happen to your house.
Okay.
Your house is still your house.
Okay.
If you want to sell it off, that's a different story altogether. But maybe you are staying in Canada, but you want to keep this house. You want to still get the rental income. You can just keep paying the EMIs, and your house is still yours.
Okay.
Now, for the first part, you're asking that if you want to plan, take a second mortgage.
Mhm.
There's the two ways of doing it.
No, so my sticking to the first question first, that okay, if I'm leaving, my mortgage remains same and I keep
Yes.
paying. And if I want to close the mortgage, then either I pay it out full or I
Yes.
sell the property.
Yes.
Now, when I'm selling the property, and let's say somebody else is a second buyer is buying from me, are there any possibilities that the mortgage can shift to that other person?
No,
That's not possible
not possible.
because
He has to take a fresh mortgage, or he can buy as it's convenient. But switching the mortgage to on the other person name, not possible.
is not possible. Now, my next question is, let's say, for example, if I'm planning to buy a second property,
Okay.
let's say in this one property I'm living and I'm planning to buy a second property to put it on rent or anything like that. What are the preparations I need to do for the second property? Can I again apply for a new mortgage? Will I get it? Because I'm already paying my EMIs for this mortgage.
See, there are two ways of doing it. See, either let's start like this. First mortgage is 80% for the resident. Second mortgage is 60% for the residents. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Now, say I'm taking your example. You bought a house of 1 million 5 years back.
Okay.
Okay? You're paying certain amount every month. Now your property value has grown and it has become 2 million.
Right.
Okay? So first mortgage I said 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Second mortgage I said 60%.
Okay.
Now I'll show you the magic.
Hmm.
That even for your second mortgage, you will be qualified for 80%.
Okay.
You'll ask me
How?
how.
How?
Now, what I said, first mortgage, 1 million you paid,
Right.
you took, 600 is left. So if the first mortgage, we have to do the valuation of your property, and if, say, example, as I said, it is 2 million, loan amount is 60%, 600,000.
Right.
So it is under 60%.
Right.
So again, for your second mortgage, you can get
80%.
80%
Okay.
for your mortgage. Okay.
Mhm.
This is the scenario. Now, say, for example, you said, Taj, when I bought this house,
Mm-hmm.
I had a small family. Say, I'm giving my example. When I bought a house, it was 2 bedroom, maid room. The house was very big for me. I'm staying in my bedroom. The entire house is empty. I have a maid. So I'm very happy. The house is so big. Guest room is always empty. Okay. Suddenly I had twins. I have another maid now. The house is looking very small. So what I'll do? I'll apply for another house.
Another house.
But I don't have money. Do I buy it? So now another magic I'll show you of mortgage. Okay. My property value
Uh-huh.
has increased in last 5 years. It is almost double right now.
Yeah.
So now you see the refinance magic. My property value was XYZ. Say now it is 2 million. Loan amount, maybe 500,000 left. I'll do the valuation of my property. For refinance, you're eligible to get 70% of the total amount.
Okay.
So, sir, valuation come 2 million. 70% of the total amount is how much? 1.4 million.
1.4 million.
My loan amount is left how much? 500,000.
Right.
Okay. So, bank will buy out this 500,000. I'm left with how much? 900,000. That 900,000 I can borrow from the bank, take my second property.
Okay.
Or I can put a down payment for my second property and take that property.
Take that
since
property.
I don't have a down payment.
Oh, very nice.
So having a house is a blessing in UAE.
Yes, and but you
So-
need the right calculation and the right advice.
You have to get the expert involved
Right.
There's a reason we are running a mortgage company. There is reason of 22 years of experience. So, as a layman, I will always encourage and advise you to take not only me. There are other consultants in the market. Go to them, talk to them, understand how it works,
Right.
and we'll make things easy for you.
I'm sure awareness is very important. Otherwise, what happens that a lot of people who are not aware, then they don't plan to buy a home or
Exactly.
they don't plan to build their assets.
Of
Because
course.
again, buying your home and then the second part is again building your assets. That's also important, especially in such a thriving country like UAE. And just imagine if you buy multiple properties, you can make a earning out of it.
See, look at from this point of view as well. From when I go to different real estate, I advise the real estate people also
Mhm.
that I have made a sale with you. I have that comfort with you. I can come to you and explain you that, sir, look at the rental income.
Mhm.
Then XYZ property. You might say that I don't have money. Explain to them
Right.
that this is how you can get a money. Even bank is not financing you for the off plan.
Mm.
Bank is only financing you for the ready property. But here you have an advantage where you can liquidate this money
Mm.
with refinance and put it in off plan project as well.
Right.
So you don't have to end up taking out money from your businesses, maybe from your FD, from your savings. You are taking out money from your own property and put it in another property, wherein you are able, it will help you to create a side asset as well.
Right.
So it is, this is how it
Sometimes I
works.
feel world is a beautiful place if you're a smart person.
Of course, it is.
And if you know maths.
100%.
My next question comes to I will not go deep into this topic, but just a light question when it comes to commercial properties and mortgages. Are the interest rates similarly as low as residential mortgages or is it expensive?
Little bit different interest rate. Again, for the commercial property, a bank will finance you 60%
Okay.
and you have to put in 40%. Interest rate will be little bit on a higher side compared to a resident
Residential.
property. And interest rate is something I would also bring this to your notice. It keeps changing every month, and different bank has different rate of interest for different months. So it is not always same. Maybe this month Citibank has the best offer rate. Maybe next month, maybe Emirates NBD Bank might have a better rate. So it keeps changing.
Now, let me ask you the question related to your operations. Now, since you have worked in banks in Kolkata, in Mumbai, in UAE, and now, so as an employee, you worked inside the banks. Now, as a company, you are being vendor to banks, or banks are being vendor to you. So, you still work with banks. Have you found any difference in how banks operate in other countries and these countries? There are few things that what UAE is doing because UAE's banking industry is very famous. People across the globe know how, advanced it is. So you would like to say anything about that?
See, as far as especially for the real estate, for the mortgage, bank is very aggressive, very helpful, very understanding. Banks are trying to make it as easy as possible for the people and as encouraging, I would say, to take up the mortgage, to do refinance, and make life simpler and easy for you. Compared to other, see, I have a house in India as well. Okay, I know how it is, but compared to other countries, things are very simple, very smooth, very transparent
Over here.
over here.
Okay, that's amazing. So now that we have known so much of things about the mortgage industry, and thank you so much. It was such an insightful interview. People got to know a lot of it. And I think now people will dare more to think about buying their properties, building their assets, and going to the right mortgage advisor to understand how they can do it right now without postponing it. And I think that is something that I'll advise to all my audiences. Now, just to, yeah, you want to say something?
I hope so. They listen to it, they understand, because I know there are thousands of people in the market who wants to buy a house, but they don't know from where to start. They don't know who to approach. I have faced that challenges when I was planning to buy my first property. So I know how it is. So I would just to bring this to your notice. It is very easy in today's world. Go to Instagram, go to Google, check for the mortgage people, call them. They will help you out.
Right. And if nothing, then call towards home.
If you're not qualified today, there's a way to build up your credit. There's a way to do it. So if they will advise you that do certain things and then you
You'll
might be
qualify
eligible
to.
in future. Yes.
Absolutely. So now We have seen, that you've gathered so much of expertise, and you sound like somebody really good in sales, and knowing you personally as well, you have been an amazing salesperson. So, any tip that you want to give to people out there in sales? What hacks worked for you? What made you such a great salesperson?
See, I'll start off from the teenage. If you're a man, first thing you have to sell yourself. Okay. So, how do I judge a man? If he doesn't have a girlfriend, he's useless for me. Okay. Because first thing, you're selling yourself. You don't know how to sell yourself.
A lot of parents will
Yes.
not agree with you.
Maybe they will not.
But yeah, I understand the
On a
point.
lighter
Yes.
note, I'm saying I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm a 20-year-old man. I don't have a girlfriend. Well, there's something wrong with me. I can't sell myself. I can't express myself. What is sales? Sales is you are expressing.
Right. Very
You
true.
you're talking about the product. You're talking about the certain thing. So you need to express it,
Very true.
explain it. Now,
So, what
how,
was your hack of convincing, getting a girlfriend?
see, one thing genetically, I was blessed. I was a good looking guy as a young man. Still,
Okay.
I am, but that's okay. I will not get into it. But when I see a lot of people I come across, even with the youngster, they're worried about sales. There are a lot of people who get scared about sales.
Very true.
It is not like that. As a young man, you should love sales.
Yeah.
It gives you challenges, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But what is sales? You have to break it down into three steps.
Okay.
I come and I meet you. You have a certain need, have to understand that need.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want this, but you don't know. So I have to understand that thing and create that need for you.
Right.
Third thing, how do I put it across? Once I create that need,
Hmm.
I should tell you the advantages and disadvantage. There's not possible that everything has an advantage. There has to be some disadvantage. So we need to discuss. There are a lot of salespeople I come across. I scared of the client that he might tell me something. What will
Right.
happen?
Right.
It's okay.
So, if I summarize in three things, what you're trying to say is number one is obviously expressing yourself and understanding the requirement of the other person. The second thing is to be able to, understand, explain the product to other person. And the third will be to do the right expectation setting. That what are the advantages and disadvantages?
And even for the youngster who are not good students,
Mm.
okay, because our parent, if
Mm.
okay, because our parent, if you're not scoring high in school, they will treat you as a dark sheep in your house. So I would to tell to the youngsters that don't lose hope. Sales
It's
is
for
one
everyone.
thing, sales is for everyone. And if you're not good in study, trust me, take it from me, sales is for you. Because you will have those innovative mind.
Right.
You know that you're not getting 95%, 90%. So this is for you.
Right.
And trust me, I have a lot of friends across the globe. I was never a good student. My friends, they were never good student because we are a gang of people who were highly into sports. So we all were active minds. And people have this wrong notion that sports is all about a physical thing. It is not.
Yeah.
Sports is it is all about calculation, your mental, it is a mental thing.
Right.
So they should not lose hope. They should get into sales. And trust me, they'll make more money than this 90-95% guy who's sitting on a table job.
Like in India, parents like, oh, you're not studying whole day, you're playing, you can do nothing. So now you're changing the conception.
My entire family, my cousin, they all are very good in studies. Trust me, Rupa,
Hmm.
they all have a table job.
Everybody's
Very
watching.
settled life.
Your relatives are watching.
Yes, but they don't have an exciting life. Sales is somebody you can meet a minister, you can meet a peon,
Mhm.
you can meet a CEO, you meet different people. Keep your brain open, different ideas,
Yeah.
and you have to accept all kind of people, understand all kind of people, and you will grow very fast in life.
Yeah.
But that table job, I think this is my personal thing. Sales give you a big exposure
Right.
because every day you're going out, you're meeting 3-4 people, and they
And
all are
adapting to
from
their ideas, seeing what they do, learning
you
from
have
them.
been in sales, you will understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I endorse
And
that.
which a table job 9 to 6 will not give.
Will not give you. Understood. And when it comes to sales, selling in a country like UAE, where there are 200 nationalities and selling to different nationalities, is there any tip that you want to give how UAE operates?
See, Human psyche across the globe,
It's same.
we think is different. It is not like that. It is same.
So what's the ground rule?
It is just about I am in a certain environment, my mental setup in a certain way. You are grown up in a certain environment. The mental setup is different. Universal truth, we all love money.
Got it.
Okay, that's a universal truth. I'm saying, oh, I don't like money, I'm hiding, I'm lying.
Absolutely.
If you don't like money, you will not come to UAE.
So you have to like money
Yes.
to get money.
Of course. You have to like something, then the universe will give you back.
Absolutely.
If you like a comfortable life, will come to you.
Absolutely.
And I always say, if you want to be comfortable in your younger days, you have to be extremely uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, you will never be comfortable. You can be in your grave. Till that time you are alive, you should be a little bit uncomfortable.
Right.
See, a lot of my friends, including you, when you see me, just say how I'm always at ease. It is not like that. Inside, there are a lot of things which is going. That calculation is there.
Yeah.
But outside, you have to be relaxed. You have to enjoy your life.
And I think especially because you're a salesperson, so you try to keep that
Yes,
facade that
of course.
unless I show them how calm I am,
Of course.
I can't tell them that I'm the solution.
Of course. You are going to meet a client.
Right.
You yourself is panicking all the time. How will the client have confidence in you?
Absolutely.
That person is coming for his house, his dream. In my line of work, he has a house to buy, say a 5 million dirham house, and I'm panicking.
Yeah, I understand.
What signal I'm sending to that guy?
Absolutely.
So that is how it is.
So sales is just not by mouth. It's about your body language. It's about how you look. It's about what expression you keep.
See,
All that matters altogether.
I personally always I like sales not only because it helps you to generate more money. You get to meet a lot of different people, and I think being a people person, it always helps.
Understood.
And the when you meet up other person, might be a CEO, but end of the day, he's a human. Interact with him. You
Yeah.
will get a lot of learning.
And this is one very nice line. I think this is my takeaway. At the end of the day, he's a human.
Yes.
No matter CEO, no matter what position he's. Because
See,
I think in sales, one of the biggest fear people, in sales, when we get to meet people under our comfort zone, under our wavelength, we are pretty comfortable. We are very confident. The moment we are put in front of a person who is above our wavelength or somebody, beyond our reach or understanding, that is where we start panicking and,
exactly.
we start
So
becoming.
I'll give you your example and my example.
Hmm.
Today, you are a CEO.
Mhm.
You run multi companies. 10 years back, you were not a CEO. You're still as that same human. If a salesperson in coming and meeting you, you're not going to do anything to him.
Absolutely.
See, you're a nice human being. So CEOs are not aliens.
Absolutely.
They are the same human who came from that crowd.
Absolutely. So I think people stay human, but still, I think depending on the country, you'll have to understand the trends of that country,
See, you know me for
norms
the
of that
longest
company.
time. I think I've done decent for myself.
Hmm.
The kind of friends and politician, act, all kind of people I get to meet. You never see me being panicky or worried that what I have to do or how I have to behave. I have to be myself.
Absolutely.
I have to just be myself. That this is what you get. Take it or leave it.
Got it.
The people who like you will like you the way you are.
The way you are.
So the only advice is don't pretend. Meet client with your honesty. People see that honesty in you and they trust you. If you're not honest, you will never succeed.
Very true.
If I, as a salesman, I'm sitting in front of you and think that you are a fool, I will fool you, then I'm the biggest fool.
Absolutely.
So be honest, pitch your product, know your product well.
Yeah.
People will understand and acknowledge your knowledge and they will appreciate that and they will shake hand with you, join and do business with you.
That's great to know about you, your business, and your point of view on business, sales, and buying homes in UAE. So, thank you so much. It was an amazing podcast. It was great knowing, discussing such an important topic for you. I'm sure our audiences are benefited with this podcast. Any final advice you want to give to homeowners that they can prepare themselves for in UAE?
See, I hope with my little bit of learning, I'm able to put it across some good information. As I told you, for the homeowner, there are lot of opportunities. Homeowners who have bought house 3, 4, 5 years back, they're extremely happy right now. And this is the time they should plan not for the second baby,
Yeah.
but for the second house in
Second
UAE.
house. Yeah.
So this is how it is. Let's hope for the best. And I wish them, everyone who's buying a house, all the best. And thank you so much, Rupa, for inviting me once again. It is always extremely happy moment for me to see you, to meet you in person, which I keep complaining that I don't get to see you
Nowadays.
nowadays a lot.
But there's one question that I missed. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you through your teens and 20s and now up to 40s. I just want to ask one question. If you have to give one advice to the 20 years old Taj,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Have babies soon.
And any reason for that?
See, when you're young, you think you're the most good looking person, you have everything, this, that. And then you come into 30s, you start losing hairs. The late 30s, maybe difficult to maintain your packs. The looks is all gone. I always say once you're 30, you're either rich or you're poor. You're no more good looking, you're no more ugly looking. Once you're 30, you're a rich man or you're poor man. Okay. But among everything, the friend, the girlfriend, the love, everything which I've seen in this world, becoming a parent
Becoming a father.
and having that love for your kids is unmatched, I'm telling you.
Oh.
See, I love my wife. I love my parents. There are friends you need and I can die for.
Yes.
Thing has changed a little bit, that's okay. But that love towards your kid, that's the only thing I think I'm very late.
Yeah. So you wanted that early in your life.
Yes, I did not realize.
Very unexpected answer. Very unexpected
I
answer.
never realized it. You think you're a cool dude. You're having multiple girlfriends. Oh my God, there's that girl.
Your bikes, cars.
You're partying every day. You're having a good life. But trust me, Rupa, after having kids, it is extremely different.
Different.
I can't explain you
Uh,
how I feel towards them.
yeah.
Maybe my parents would have felt the same way
Yeah.
when they used to say, we never understand that.
Yeah.
But this is very different.
So that's the best feeling. So one advice which I never expected that my friend will give is become parents early in your life.
Trust me, if you don't want to get married, don't get married. I always say, have kids.
Have kids. What an amazing. So we are literally ending the podcast with a bang on answer. So thank you so much, Taj, for
Thank
coming
you.
to our studio, to giving your insights and your life hacks to our audience. Thank you so much for watching us. I'm sure you like the podcast. I'm sure there still must be many questions that you want to ask Taj. Feel free to write the questions to us. We would love to answer that. Thank you so much. This is Rupa Jha signing out from the Business Blueprint powered by Blackstone Business Setup Services. See you next week, next podcast, and another guest. Thank you so much. Bye bye.